Dear friends, when you go to a grocery store or a pharmacy store and pick up a produce item or a medicine, you will see an expiration date stamped on it. After that expiration date, if you use that product, it will lose its taste or efficacy. Sometimes it is even dangerous to use that beyond that expiry date. If you use a credit card, you can better understand the expiration date. If you look at the front of the card, there is a date printed called the expiration date. If you use that card after that date, your transaction will decline. That credit card is no good after that. It is same as dead card, good for nothing. What about the living beings? Every living being born on this earth will die. Last time when I checked the death statistics, it is at 100% that everyone dies. In other words, we do have an expiration date. It seems we have an expiration date stamped on our head. Some of our stamps might say 6 more hours remaining. For some of us it may say 60 more years remaining. When someone dies unexpectedly, we think of a sudden death. He is so young, his life was cut short, but in fact, he has an expiration date for that day, and so he died. Moses understood this expiration date concept. Moses went to God and asked God, "Can you please show me my expiration date? If I know my expiration date, I would be more careful." If you have 60 more years to live, your mindset would be different from that if you know you have only 6 hours to live. You want to use every minute of that. You do not want to waste any moment. Some of us are living our lives as if we have no expiration date. In Psalm 90:12, Moses asked the Lord, yes, this psalm is written by Moses. He prayed to the Lord, "So teach us to number our days, that we may get a heart of wisdom." Psalm 90:12. Moses said, "Teach us to number our days." In other words, Lord, show me my expiration date. When we know the brevity of our lives, we will get a heart of wisdom. In other words, if you know your expiration date, you will use your remaining life very carefully. Who puts this expiration date and when? In Psalm 139:16, your eyes saw my unformed substance. In your book were written every one of them, the days that were formed for me, when as yet there was none of them. Here we see King David writing by the inspiration of the Holy Spirit that every person born into this earth has an expiration date, or the number of days that the person is going to live on this earth. And God set this date, and here we see that you saw my unformed substance. In your book were written, every one of them, the days that were formed for me, when as yet there was none of them. So here, King David is saying that God knew how many days we are going to live on this earth. Although we are not told about the specific expiration date for each of us, but God has given a general expiration date or a principle. In Psalm 90:10, the years of our lives are 70, or even by reason of strength 80, yet their span is but toil and trouble. They are soon gone and we fly away. Here we are told that a person would normally live for 70 or 80 years, or sometimes if they have more strength, they could go drag on up to 90. But here we are told that we are going to die. How are we to live then? So look carefully then how you walk, not as unwise, but as wise, making the best use of the time, because the days are evil. Therefore, do not be foolish, but understand what the will of the Lord is. Ephesians chapter 5:15-17. When you are aware about your shortness of life, you will live it wisely, not wasting time. And C.T. Stead, the famous British cricketer, wrote, "Only one life, so soon it will pass. Only what's done for Christ will last." In light of this, let's ask God that we may use our time wisely and use it for His glory. May God bless you.